The following is a version of the presentation given to parents of Key Stage 3 students in September 2015. It focuses on the new Key Stage 3 curriculum and assessment system introduced at Prince Henry's. The government's most recent report on life without levels in September 2015 confirms that formative assessment goes to the heart of very good teaching. There are a number of reasons as to why the government have removed national curriculum levels. Some of them are shown here. Having identified the reasons for change, the government put forward a series of aims that any new Key Stage 3 curriculum should encompass. These are shown here and include the ability to promote deep learning of key skills, being able to ensure that there is a long-term view for students and parents, ensuring clarity across the key stages, at Prince Henry's, in developing our new Key Stage 3 curriculum and assessment model, we have taken on a range of information. This includes looking at the 9 schools who were awarded a grant to develop assessment models in their schools and then share their ideas, gathering feedback from parents at the PCC evenings we hold regularly, holding meetings between staff in local secondary schools to share good practice, holding discussions with our staff, governors and students to further refine ideas, holding training events in school to allow staff time to develop appropriate resources, and explaining to students through assemblies the changes that have taken place from this September. Having looked at this range of information, we are then wanting to introduce a model to Prince Henry's that supports our wider school aims of producing well-rounded, independent young people with the skills to succeed, that develops the key knowledge and skills that students require for success in Key Stage 4, that develops a growth mindset, and particularly a scheme and system that is simple and easy for all to understand. The current GCSE grading structure is shown on the right of this screen. This will be changing to a numerical structure over the next few years. The numerical gradings can be seen on the screen and they're equivalent to the old style letter gradings now. Our current Year 9, that is in September 2015, will see most of their subjects awarded a grade 1 to 9. Our current Year 7 and 8 in September 2015 will see all their subjects awarded a grade 1 to 9 on the scale shown on the right. This will be the system used in future years for recording GCSE results and is also part of the new Key Stage 3 assessment curriculum as explained on the next slide. For Key Stage 3, we have decided to incorporate the new GCSE grading structure to ensure our students have some understanding of their potential. Instead of giving defined grades from Year 7, in Key Stage 3, students will be placed into one of 4 bands, as shown below. The 4 bands used show a student's minimum estimated attainment, or MEA grade. It shows the minimum that we estimate a child to attain by the time they leave Prince Henry's, and it has been generated using a range of information such as that shown on the screen now. After using that information, staff have had the opportunity to personalise it upwards if required. There is a clear link between the Key Stage 3 broad groupings of MEAs and the Key Stage 4 more specific grades that students will be predicted. We are trying to get students and staff to work on the idea of a 5-year flight path to success at GCSE in Year 11. Through Key Stage 3, work completed by students would enable them to start Year 10 GCSE ready to achieve the appropriate grade. In the demonstration shown on the screen, this would be to achieve an 8 or 9 in their GCSE. Progress will be reported home 3 times per year. Staff will not give a current level or grade. Instead, staff will report whether a student is above track, on track, below track, or substantially below track to achieve their MEA. The feedback that students receive in their books will be clearly important to helping students understand what they need to do to improve their work further. On the screen is an example of what a progress report may look like. The first column indicates the subjects, the last column indicates the MEA for that subject. For each progress report, there is an on-track and an attitude to learning score. The on-track judgment will indicate whether a student is on track to achieve their MEA. The attitude to learning will be on a 1 to 4 scale, as has previously been the case. Faculties have spent time developing schemes to allow staff and students to make judgments as to how on track students are towards each of the MEA bands. In the example on the screen taken from English, you can see the difference between MEA 1 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 7 and 8 to 9 for Year 9 reading. Students will continue to receive high quality feedback in their exercise books. This will clearly demonstrate how a student could improve their work further and therefore make more progress. Occasionally, staff may also include an on-track judgment to demonstrate whether or not that student is on track to achieve their MEA. Faculties have been encouraged to develop MEA systems that play to their strengths. On the screen now is the history example. An explanation as to how this scheme will work in history would be given to students at the start of the academic year. Again, here is further evidence of the type of feedback we are hoping students will receive to enable them to understand how to make further progress in each subject. On the screen now are some common questions that we have received while setting up the new Key Stage 3 curriculum and assessment scheme at Prince Henry's. We were unable to just stick with national curriculum levels as the government had deemed them no longer fit for purpose, as outlined earlier in this presentation. We have spent time considering different systems used in different schools over the past 18 months, and we feel the system we are introducing plays to the strengths of our students at Prince Henry's. If your child is above track for 2 consecutive progress reports, their MEA grade will be increased in that subject in order to increase the element of challenge. We understand parents' concerns regarding giving Year 7 students potential GCSE grades. This is partly why we have banded the grades in Key Stage 3. If a child underachieved in their SATs, they may very well be given a low MEA grade. However, staff are asked to personalise these upwards as appropriate, and throughout the year it would become very clear that an MEA grade was too low and it would be moved up automatically as described earlier. That concludes our presentation on the Key Stage 3 curriculum and assessment scheme at Prince Henry's. We hope you have found it useful. Thank you.